Hey everybody, happy Friday. Chris McNaughton, your lender for up and down the Front Range as well as all over the mountain communities, coming to you with my Friday market update. And I'm here to tell you today why I love rate hikes. So, lucky for me, the Federal Reserve is planning on 6 of them over the next year. So that's at least what the market expects anyway. 6 rate hikes over the next year. Now, that when the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, they raise the Fed funds rate. And the Fed funds rate is really good at fighting inflation when it goes up. So Fed funds rate go up, inflation goes down. Now, it doesn't happen immediately, but inflation going down is really good for mortgage interest rates. So let me give you a little historical context. So Volcker he was the Fed chair back in the 80s. Super famous economist and Fed chair. Brought interest rates down dramatically from like the 18% down to like 11%. I know, we're really spoiled with these low interest rates, right? And how he did that on mortgages is he raised the Fed funds rate nearly 9%. That got the inflation in the 80s under control. Now fast forward to Alan Greenspan. When he raised interest rates, shortly after he was done, mortgage interest rates went down and inflation went down. More recently, Janet Yellen, same thing. She raises the Fed funds rates. Shortly after, mortgage interest rates go down. So if you're looking for a lower interest rate on your mortgage, you should be cheering every single time the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, because that is a step in the right direction towards lower interest rates. Now, I've been telling almost every single client that I meet with right now, interest rates cycle. They constantly are going up, they're constantly going down. I've been doing this for nearly 20 years, and sure enough, every few years we hit a dip and my phone just rings off the hook with everyone trying to do a refinance. So we are clearly at a high point now. According to the Mortgage Bankers Association, we're starting to hit those upper fours ranges, which is similar to where we were back in late 18 and early 19. So that's 20% down, good credit. I'm definitely locking in better loans than the market average all the time. But the snowball for higher interest rates continues to turn. I still think it's about 50-50 whether it goes up or down. But right now, the biggest enemy of course, mortgages is inflation. But one of the things in particular that could really bite the mortgage interest rates is if the Federal Reserve unwinds their balance sheet. I mentioned that last week. Interest rates went down during COVID because the Federal Reserve bought mortgage-backed securities. Unwinding the balance sheet is basically the opposite of that. And so that brings interest rates up. And that threat right now of unwinding the balance sheet is really what's driving mortgage interest rates up right now. I mean, they're up quite a bit, nearly 1% just in the last month or so. So quite a sharp increase in interest rates, but you're still borrowing below the rate of inflation, which is phenomenal, and still a lot better than those 12 to 18% loans that you got in the 80s. Let me know if you have any questions. Have an awesome weekend.